Welcome back to Thetadolyon. It has not been long since we have been back from the ceremony of the 7 upperclassmen going through the dream staircase, as many of the students have calling it. All the students watched, all the remaining students watched as the upperclassmen gave their goodbyes and saluted the students yet to leave. They watched as the Kuman broke the door behind them to make sure that nothing could come back in behind them, since they are tempting the dream world. All the students seemed to ride the train back to school. Donte went and studied a little bit of his planar information, and Chloe went back to her room. While Donte is studying his planar information, his mind keeps going back and forth from the conflict the day before. The conflict in the hallway that just seems to have been just out of nowhere to Donte. But what he did know is that Chloe was angry enough to fight a construct of Dawn, and then angry enough to try to slug him in the face when he suggested that he should do such a thing. He has not got to talk to Chloe since, but he has decided that this dissension with the group leaving so soon is enough to break the group, and that mistrust and dissent could guarantee failure, especially when you don't feel comfortable with the man or woman standing beside of you. Dante's whispered under his breath that he doesn't even know if he would trust Dawn standing behind him. So with this, he gets up from his room and heads to his door to leave his dorm room. Mike, what does Donte have on his door as he leaves his dorm room?
Crap, I didn't think about that. Let's just do... Let's do a doorway with the staircase.
Okay. So, are you picturing the broke door with the staircase behind it? Since
No, more of the future.
So it's what's in Dante's head of his staircase that he hopes to lead everyone through the planes.
Right.
Okay.
That's what he's picturing.
Yeah. Because he doesn't know what traveling through the planes will be like. Maybe it's a set of maybe it's a set of steps from one plane to another. So that makes a lot of sense. So that's through the door. So you come out your door. You just go a few rooms down. You pass Pepper's door, which has 2 little symbols on it, almost reflecting each other in a light and dark mural, but you don't look that much towards it. And you get to Chloe's door. And what is on Chloe's door?
My door is covered in incomplete circles. Like, each of them's missing what would be one person standing in the circle.
Okay. So a bunch of broken rings.
Trying to pause it. I swear. I'll go help Cindy with something real quick. Gosh. Get her off the door. Come on, boy. We're not going nowhere. Hello? Yeah. Had to dig some closet real quick. Okay. She's late everywhere she goes, Drennan. Okay. Luckily, I hadn't got to the door yet. But so what's on her door?
Broken circles.
All right. So yeah. So you get to Chloe's door after coming down the hallway, and you see bunches of incomplete broken circles, like bunches of rings on it. So Dante, using your passives, more than likely it's a representation of all the rings that struggled, like in the training you did.
Okay.
So you're at her door. What would you like to do?
Knock.
All right. So Dante knocks. What's the knock like? Really loud or?
Just a normal lock.
Okay.
I ain't pounding it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go and open the door.
All right. So Chloe gets up and opens the door, and of course Dante is standing there.
Hey, Dante.
Hi, Chloe. You got a minute?
Sure, come on in.
So Dante walks in.
Okay. So I don't know if Chloe's ever had anyone in her room. Have you? So what's your room look like?
I guess all kinds of notes spread out, and my wolf's hanging out with me.
Oh, so you actually have your wolf out in your room. So Dante comes in and there's a wolf. What color is the wolf? Just out of curiosity, I've not asked you this. So
It's nice.
The only one we have.
I think it was gray. I've got it over here.
Yeah.
What's the wolf's name?
Its name is.
I don't know. Is it the new version of Bark? Is it?
Yeah, but it can't be Bark. I have no idea. I haven't named it yet. It hasn't come across its own name yet.
I'm just going to ignore it then.
Okay. Yeah. The wolf doesn't act like it's a threat or anything. It's just sort of there.
It's on my bed.
It's taking up her whole bed. So. Hey, the drow hang out with panthers, so yeah, what's a wolf, right? So.
Right. That's true.
So what's going on, Dante?
Can I sit down?
Sure. There are a couple of chairs,
Yeah.
so I go and pull one up beside the bed, and then I crawl on the bed with my wolf.
I'm running, trying to. It's like we're all running to try to catch up with what's going on, and especially me. Apparently, Chloe, I've been gone for a while, and not by my choosing again. What is going on with Don? What's his deal? What's going on with this dude?
Honestly, the only thing that we can get out of him is that he's angry and upset and hurt that we disappeared on him and that we were gone for so long, and he won't listen to us, that it wasn't by choice. He said we disappeared for 6 months, and he feels that nobody cares enough to have wanted him to go with us.
So, what? Well, let me get this straight. Y'all come looking for me. Why did he not come? when I was missing?
I don't know. We tried. He was going with us, and then all of a sudden he wasn't with us anymore. It was like he just disappeared.
Right.
And he said since we got back that he didn't go through the door. We did, but he didn't. And we don't understand why.
Well,
so for 6 months he's been here.
I'm thankful that y'all did come look for me. You know, I didn't have any choosing in all this, but it makes me feel good that y'all cared enough to come look for me, and I appreciate that.
Well, that's what friends do for each other.
Right, and I was trying to explain to that doofus that we would have done the same for him.
Yeah, we've tried to tell him that too, but he doesn't seem to care.
But him not coming to look with the group has got me thinking, does he even care enough about the group to be a part of it?
Well,
Because we're a team, and we have to stick together, we have to work together, and who knows what untold horrors lies outside the bubble once we go out. And I don't know if I trust that dude behind me or not.
well, I'll tell you, he made it abundantly clear to me when I saw him the time before when we were in the...
Oh, training room?
No, before the training room. When we were in
in the Steel Keep.
In the Steel Keep, he made it abundantly clear that he does not care. He doesn't care for me. He doesn't care for any of us. He doesn't need us.
Yeah.
He said those words. Which is why I went to the training room to beat up a replica of him, because I was mad and hurt and confused, because this whole time we've been a group, and all of a sudden he doesn't care about anyone in the group anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that why he had made you so mad to attack a construct of him. But then you actually did hit him.
Well, he told me to.
I don't blame you. I felt like hitting the guy myself. Because in my opinion, he's acting like a baby.
I've tried, and Pepper's tried numerous times to get through to him and explain to him that we didn't leave him. We didn't make that decision. We thought he was going with us, and then he just wasn't there. And when
he's not a part of the group. He doesn't even act like he wants to be a part of it.
Well, we didn't know until he told us that we had been gone for 6 months. We had no clue. We thought it had been a week, 2 weeks. And then we get back and he says we'd been gone for 6 months.
I was a bit taken back by that too.
Yeah.
I don't like doing this, but I feel like it's a need that I want to address the headmaster and get his opinion on the matter. Would you like to go with me to talk to him?
Well, I've been sitting in here since we got back from the dinner and ceremony, thinking about all of this and how we're not going to be successful if we keep being separated. And that's what we are. So yeah, I'll go with you. Maybe the headmaster will have some idea about what's going on or what we could do.
I'm not for sure where he is. We'll start with his office. So if you're ready, we'll move on to there, and We'll try to get something straightened out.
That sounds good. So I tell my wolf that he has to stay here, and I go ahead and head out the door.
Okay, so you all go out of the section where all the students stay, and you go to the other side of the school, which involves the classrooms. There are hardly anyone around. You know, that's just again even over the last couple weeks since you've been back, it's less and less, and there's 7 more people gone. So all you have left is the level 5s that are left in training, and some of the level 4s, because some people didn't get to level 5 in the school's mind. You go past the classrooms and you get to one of the places that the headmaster that's connected to the headmaster's office. The door is open, and then you actually can see the headmaster sitting at his desk in one of the lecture halls. It's the Hall of Knowledge. There's a big owl that's sort of on the floor. Do you all walk in? Like, he's sitting at the desk at the far end of the room.
Like, I'll knock on the door.
The door's
as,
open. That's why.
Yeah, but I'll knock as we walk in just to get his attention.
So you all come in. He has the large book that he carries around all the time. And he's sitting there with a piece of paper or a parchment writing on it beside the book, like he's copying something onto the parchment as he looks in the book. He really didn't do a lot when you knocked, but he didn't say no. Like, he didn't say come back. But he looks like he's finishing writing up what he's doing, and he takes the piece of paper and sticks it inside his book. And he sits back, still looking at the book. His armored helmet is still looking down, and he closes the book. Not harshly or anything. He just closes it and makes sure it doesn't thump. And you see the slit that he normally looks at. You know, he raises his head up and sits proper with his chest out and shoulders back. And he goes, "Hello."
Hello, Headmaster. How are you today, sir?
I am well. I was reviewing notes from your last few training sessions to see if I could help in any way. I was consulting notes and various other magical documents, hoping that if we hit any speed bumps coming up, we can have solutions to those speed bumps to make sure that you all can leave soon.
Well, I appreciate that, sir, you looking over it. And speaking of speed bumps, I'd like to address a matter that is troubling to our group.
Oh, I see. Is the group nervous since it's so close?
I think the group is more antsy to get started, to be honest with you. At least I speak for that on myself.
Well, I know that myself. I would like to be able to announce the day that you're leaving, but we are very close. I feel it. Yeah, watching you train and watching the others. Hopefully that if we can become adequate in the circle casting, I think it will be really soon. So just know that once I feel that it is safe and that you know what to do once you leave here to continue your journey, well, I will make sure to tell you the date. So nothing, like no long wait. When you're ready, you will have your dinner with Belle. That is customary. I do not tend to change that. And then you will leave in the morning.
That's That's fine, sir. But it's another matter pertaining to a certain person in our group.
Oh, do you refer to the Dragonborn? Now I know that his appearance looks odd, but Captain Ball, any
No,
oh.
I don't mean to interrupt you. It's Dawn.
Oh. So, does he not wish to go?
Well, that is a matter I would like to know myself. Let me just, if you don't mind, I'll try to summarize it the best I can. You know, in the group, most of the group have been gone, y'all said, for 6 months. Which didn't feel like that to us, but if that's what it was, then it's what it was. And we had no say in that. But when the group went to go look for me, Don stayed here by his choice. That's sort of a red flag number one. But if he wants to stay and study and get stronger, that's fine. Yeah. But still, you want to partake into the group to go look for another. Then, I mean, he's come up to be a child almost. Like he's got this childish tantrum going on right now with the whole group. It looks to me like. I can fill you in more than I can. I just caught the end of the hostility that's going on.
So the helmet, the point on the end of the helmet sort of turns slightly towards Chloe. So Chloe, you have also had trouble with Dawn? I mean, it is my understanding that you did train against Dawn's construct. I'd assumed it was because Dawn has been training quite often since you have been gone. So I thought you may wanted to test your skills against someone that had been basically battling every day for hours on end, just to see. But do I appear to be mistaken? Is why we're combating a construct made to be like him?
Actually, yes, you are mistaken. I went to battle the construct because Dawn and I had a few words. He is upset that we were gone for 6 months and he feels as if we left him by choice and that no one wanted him to come, no one cares for him, and no matter how many times each of us, especially Pepper and myself, have tried to convince him otherwise, we had not been successful. And during our last conversation, Dawn said that he didn't care about me, he didn't care about the group, that we didn't matter to him. And honestly, I had to work off a little bit of steam before I encountered him again. So that is why I went to the training room when I did.
Oh, I see.
And of course, apparently, Dawn came into the room that she was battling the construct, and he did not announce himself, apparently. And when Chloe asked to rerun the program, she just thought it was his group, the clone of him, but she actually had cancer.
But as Donte said, I had no idea that it was Don because he did not speak up. He just stood there.
You know, you give me a letter to give him. I don't know what it said. I didn't look. He went off on his own and read it, and then he just left. Walked out of our little meeting that we was trying to get together to start coming together a plan to train, and he just leaves. We all went out in the hallway to try to talk to this goober, and he had nothing to say and did not want to hear nothing we had to say. I know I'm not the wisest person, but and you are wise, I'm sure. You didn't get your position by not being wise. So this is why we wanted to come and address you. I feel like he doesn't need to be a part of this group anymore. I don't trust him to be behind me. We have no idea what's going to happen when we go outside the bubble. And worrying about someone behind me doesn't need to be in my mind.
I see. This is troubling.
Yes, it is troubling. I'm sorry to bring this on your shoulders, but this is troubling. If it was just me, I would deal with it. But it's troubling the whole group, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But he won't talk to nobody. So how can we get through to him if he never even speaks a word? All I could get out of y'all were gone for 6 months. But yeah, what did you want me to do about that? I mean, we can't talk to him. So
Sir, Don made the comment that if I went with the group on this endeavor, that he would not go with the group. And it is my understanding that all of us are needed. And that brings up a separate worry.
As she says.
The headmaster reaches down while still looking at you sitting up proper and opens his book up. When he flips some pages, occasionally you can maybe see his head slit down as he's looking at the pages. He looks up. He says, I had hoped that the training that he'd been doing had been able to keep these frustrations from affecting him.
What frustrates us? He wasn't ever in any danger. He didn't go help with the group. He stayed here where it was safe. So what frustrations would he be going through, sir?
Well, you see, you must understand. I spent a lot of time looking and making sure that things were safe for you all to return. I wanted to make sure that you would return. I spent time investigating and getting to the bottom of things. And as I've told you before, Donte and Chloe, you are now privy to this information. Only if that you promised to not repeat it to your fellow students what I'm about to tell you all. Do I have your all's word that this is between...
You have it?
Yes, sir.
So, as you all know, Don was in possession of armor that a demon sprung forth from when he tried to destroy it. You both are aware of this. It was a big ceremony. Donte, I believe that the demon struck you and almost killed you if it wasn't for Joe's fast acting to get you out of there.
Correct.
But again, that demon was inside of his armor. Quite an ingenious way to hide a super evil being for a long period of time. Because the armor itself was not evil. The armor, when you wear it, is just armor. But the problem is that a demon that strong spills out over time, messing with your mind and soul. When I became headmaster, I went through the previous headmaster's notes, and he was concerned that Don could have been affected by this demon, and that some of it could still be within him. But this was a long shot. What we believed is that the bad energies that he was exposed to for so long, right against his heart and chest and mind with his armor, it's like could have deeply broken his psyche and his emotions.
Sorry.
Upon me learning this while you all were gone, I watched diligently to see if he'd possibly influenced you all in these manners. But as long as Don was focused, it's like he seemed to have it under control. So he was very interested in keeping his studies, but he was also very interested in being active and replacing thoughts, because the longer he apparently sat and thought, the more these feelings seemed to emerge, drowning out his what we hope is his true self, not his overridden self. The thing about demons is that giving names or saying them give them more power. So I do not believe that he knows that he's been affected in such a way. I did not tell him, but I have watched, hoping that this demon wouldn't come out. But what I have seen is that it has affected him in who he is. He's recently made a pact with something. Well, recent for you, but for a long time, he's gotten his power from somewhere else. But it's very similar to what he was before. So in forsaking his order, he connected to something that should have been a positive influence. But instead, it brings out, let's say, multiple heads and thoughts that corrupt him and cloud him. I've watched, and I believe the only thing that is truly combating this is that little doll that he has.
But the doll was just given to him here recent.
Recent to
Does
you.
does it have magical powers or something?
The doll that I speak is the little one that's in his pocket all the time. Not the doll that was given.
Not the ones that look like us.
No, but the little girl doll that's just a few inches tall that climbs out of his pocket. He's tried to hide this, but the orbs are many, and even I have eyes and watch as it sometimes talks, and sometimes in a very playful way interacts with everyone. I myself have seen it in class and in the training room. He draws power from this doll, and this doll seems to be trying to protect him. I believe this doll knows more than what it lets on, because again, if it is anything like me, it might know that if it gives form, that there could still be some of this dark emotion that is in him. It could consume him if he knows. Because
Okay.
So where does that leave us, sir?
I know it is a very difficult task, but Don himself must give up this darkness to truly get who he is. In my experience with him, he does not even know who he is, because he was just always part of an order that rejected everyone, and then he rejected that order. He became empty and hollow, and that is a perfect breeding ground for evil thoughts. We try to have people get around him while you were gone for these 6 months, but it didn't seem to work. But I seemed to be able to get him to do things as he wanted to enhance himself. I believe subconsciously that he knew that he could keep the dark thoughts at bay if he stayed active. There were days that dozens of times he would get struck down and go back to his room and go back and forth to the training room like what Chloe did. But he would do it over and over and over.
I don't mean to interrupt, Headmaster, and please forgive me. But he could have kept himself busy enough with the group, looking for a comrade, a person that's in your team. This is not making no sense to me. He could have been busy at that. He still chose not to go with the group.
That's not true. He didn't make a bargain to go after you. So again, the hag verified as much. The party that went after you went and completed something for the hag to get you back and to go to you inside of the dream staircase. Dawn apparently was brought back before the hag. The hag, under the contract, did exactly what she said for what the group asked, and sent the ones looking for Donte to where Donte was. Dawn was not part of that.
Okay.
So he was sent back here.
But why was he not part of that when he knew that we were looking for Donte? He was with us, and then all of a sudden,
yes,
he wasn't.
That's right. He was with you when you brought him back. You found him in the Underdark, did you not?
Yes.
I had sent him to the Underdark because I knew that is where you were going. I have a connection to the hag. Being the high mage of the kingdom, I have to let the queen know of the bargains. The hag operates only because the queen herself lets her operate, as long as both sides come to an agreement. We must verify it. The queen verified that the deal was just and equal, and it had your names on it in the staircase, which is how I knew where you were. When I became the headmaster, I tried to find out how to get to the staircase and hopefully find you, but it didn't work. All I had was Don, who was there with the hag. His thoughts were corrupted because everyone else could see the hag was an awful looking evil being, but the corruption that's in him, all he could say was, "She's just a sweet old lady," and his descriptions of her did not match her appearance. This is what led me to believe the corruption of the demon was warping his mind, that I put him to work to try to break this.
So, okay, if that is true, that you say it is, it must be. We are on a truncated time schedule here to learn as much as we can and get stronger. If he is unwilling to be part of the group, if he's got something going against him, how do we have time to deal with his stuff and try to do what we need to do? Again, he proposes a problem of the group.
He needs connection. He desires connection on one level, like a child. Some children only see the yelling or the abuse as connection when they are broken through trauma.
I tried, sir, to reconnect with him. I tried to remind him of the fact that I stood with him when no one else would. How I protected him. And that was not enough for him to offset the 6 months that I was gone.
That's correct. I believe this demon is holding things back.
Okay, is there a way to crush this demon? Because we don't have time to deal with all this negativity that he is portraying. We don't have time for it.
Can you cast the demon out of him?
So
You being the powerful mage that you are.
the problem is it is a deep emotional feeling through there. He needs to come to terms of what has happened. He is
And
cursed.
if he doesn't,
He is cursed. And the problem is this curse is consuming him. If we give up on him and what he believes is true, I believe the demon will consume him completely, and in turn consume whatever is around him.
well, we don't want that.
It's like I know
He has given us nothing to help him.
so
He is very stubborn.
I agree, and the demon is not helping. It's magnifying everything negative that he has.
So do you have an idea of what we need to do?
I mean, if it's as far as just killing the demon, I've got no problem killing the thing to help the guy out. I want to help my teammates,
Well,
but they have got to want to help also.
I don't know if you completely understand what I'm getting at.
No, they don't.
But the issue is if Dawn doesn't get out of this emotional state that he's in, he will be consumed by the demon
And he will become
become a demon. This is how demons are born.
Then what do we do?
Fighting for him, punching him, not giving up, talking to me. All these are signs that you care. It is very difficult when you're rejected by those that you care about. Trust me, my old companions reject me all the time just for the mistakes that I have made. But
He
yet,
wasn't rejecting him.
He
was-
rejected us.
Right, and if that's the demon, that's fine. I feel sorry for the guy and I want to help him.
so
But we have got to know how to handle this and handle it quickly, because we need to be practicing as a team. And if he won't practice as a team, then he's no good to us.
appeal to his little girl doll. That is what's protecting him. His pact with that is the only barrier between him and the demon itself.
What is her name, sir? Do you know?
I do not know. I do not have the pact with whatever that being is, but I sense no evil from that being. If he had made a deal with an evil being, I would have struck him down and the demon or the being itself. But I can't. I must expend it. It must be expunged. And I believe that once you're outside the bubble, that you can expel it.
But we have to make it outside of the bubble with him, and he's not willing to go with us.
Oh, he will have, like, if he chooses not to go with you, if he chooses, I will have no choice but to kill him. Because the demon will fester and consume him. Because the bubble here has him trapped. The demon is trapped in here. And it just will sit there and grow and fester. Getting outside the bubble is the only thing that can truly save him, because I can only keep him. And deep down inside, he was doing all that training and all that work to become strong, to pass and be ready for outside the bubble. Do not believe that he has not worked hard while you've been gone.
I believe he has worked hard.
But he himself does not know of the demon. He himself does not know why he's done the things he has done and counteracted the demon. He is fighting himself without knowing that he is in a fight. His little doll, his true doll, is fighting for him also. The issue, though, in the end, is do you give up on him and let the demon consume him?
Absolutely not.
So then what's sad is I ask you to fight the hardest fight and not give up. Because if the party turns on him, the Don will be no more and a demon will be in his place.
We wasn't giving up on him. That's why we're here talking to you, because you're wise, and we didn't want to give up on him.
Exactly. It's like
It's just more like what he's giving up on himself. We need to know what to do while we're here.
It's like you have
Care about everybody in this group.
We have to get in touch with the doll.
Yes. The doll is the key. The doll, if it becomes strong, the doll can expunge those other thoughts of the demon. But the doll has to be strong. I have strengthened Dawn and I believe this being that he's connected to, they have a good connection, but it's not strong enough. But I believe that the other doll that was given was on the right path. I felt a change. But the other is pushing back. It's just hoping that you give up. It wants you to give up. And if you give up, then he is lost worse than those that have left the bubble that we don't know.
So we gotta put up with his grumpiness until we get outside the bubble.
Well,
he's not going to train with us. He's not going to have anything to do with us, and we have to put up with it until we get outside the bubble. So which is what?
I will ensure that he's there with training. Like it will not be this. At this point, nothing is voluntary. Everything that you do is going towards the bubble to leave it.
Do you have any suggestions on how we gain the ability to interact with his doll in order to help strengthen it?
Now that you are aware of it, which doll to look at. See, I believe that the other dolls was possibly the demon trying to keep others from his doll, to distract from the real one.
So we need to get rid of all the other dolls?
No. Just be aware of the illusion that this demon has made. This demon has put all these things for you to look and hear and see. But in the end, you are right. You both are right. He is a crying child in a corner, wishing for someone to talk to him and pull him out of the corner. But the issue is, he doesn't care if it's being pulled out, being yelled at, slapped. But he just wants someone to interact with. And this child that is him doesn't know what to do other than respond with anger and hate, which is not, I don't believe, is Dawn. I believe it is the demon and the influence of these dark emotions.
Then we will do our best to...
The little doll is the key. You now know the weapons that the demon that is in him use: manipulation, anger, aloneness. Hiding the true key. His little doll, the real one. Stay alert.
We'll just keep an eye out for him, but he's creating an awful lot of tension with his cryingness.
Well, as long as you don't reject him, there's a chance. But the second I believe that you completely reject him, I believe the demon will consume him, and then there will be no Dawn.
He is my family. Families fight. Sometimes physically, like my fist to his face. But we don't walk away from family.
Understand that he is broken. But as I've said before, sometimes the most beautiful things are things that are reassembled and made anew. That is there, buried, but there's no guarantee that you can fix what has been broken. But if the group gives up, then it's guaranteed that he is lost. And then, what's worse, is you may have to kill him yourself. And I do not wish that upon you. If anything, I would rather me be able to do it, but I probably will not be there with you. But once you're outside the bubble, it's my hope that there will be positive forces that can influence this doll to give it strength, more so than the negative forces to keep hiding it. But I believe the doll wants to be seen, wants to be interacted with. If you can interact with that doll, it's like it will interact with you. And if it interacts with you, that's a bridge directly to Dawn's soul.
So we have to keep up with this distraction while we're trying to train. Correct?
Yes, but isn't it easier since you know the truth?
I mean, we know why, and I want to help him. This is not, I'm not trying to get out, I'm not helping him. I'm just trying to get you to see my point.
I see your point, but he is a prisoner of his own mind.
He is not choosing this.
So he believes this is the only path that he has before him. You all must keep fighting for the other paths. He knows not what he does or why he does it or how he does it. He believes that he is doing. He believes.
Now, I get that. I understood all that.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot going on, and now we have to worry about him, which we will. It's fine.
Donte, he's confused. We're going to have to do everything we can to...
So, and besides, I believe that you all are incorrect. He wants to go. That is his goal, to go. He has told me himself many times that he wants to go and actually restore this quackerjack that he speaks of. So that's what he wants, and that is outside the bubble. He is of like mind to that. Luckily, this demon has not broken that. So, just because he doesn't want to travel with you doesn't mean, or he doesn't want to travel with you, doesn't mean that he knows that he can't. So if you tell him you can't, or wish it, then the worst will happen and the demon will consume him.
Alrighty. Well, we will do our best to protect him.
So I do not believe that he wishes you harm. But the problem is, I think that the demon could keep him from being helpful. I've watched much, and I've instructed Belle to watch at your final dinner. Donte, I know that you were concerned, but again, have faith that the many that is pointed in the direction, a unified direction, thanks to you and Chloe, has strength. You're only as strong as your weakest link, but the other links can give aid to the weak link. And isn't that a strength of yours, Donte? Being able to make others better and stronger?
Yeah, in battle.
Yes,
And this is a battle for his soul.
this is the battle for his mind. And it's
Even at the cost of the group failing?
I do not believe it. I do not believe that it will.
Just because you don't believe it don't mean it's not going to happen, sir.
No, but I believe.
We are taking a huge chance on... Don't get my words twisted. I want to help him. But do you not think that he's not an asset to us? We can't help him till we get outside the bubble. We get outside the bubble, we're going to be probably faced with all kinds of things and his stuff.
Yes.
I have to worry about the whole group.
Yes.
Not just one. The whole group.
Yes.
And we're taking a chance on him destroying the whole group because we have to worry about him.
I believe that you have to worry about him being an individual in a pack.
Okay.
So, I do not believe Donte.
We're riding an awful lot. There's a high price to be paid, and we're riding an awful lot on this one person could screw it up for all of us. But we will try to help him the best we can.
Donte, not to think that I really have sway over anyone, but I believe if I don't give up on him and everyone else sees that I'm still trying, because others heard the words he said to me, maybe if I keep trying, it can pull us closer together as a group. As you said, we need everybody.
And just look at what you've done. Like, you've united most of the group. To your eyes, just not a month ago, in your true eyes, but 7 months ago, in my eyes, the group was shattered even more. And at this point now, like, you all have come together. And he pulls out his Neocom and puts it on the table. Do not think that I do not have eyes and ears, especially with a lot less students. He says, I watched your interaction. because I was afraid if it was 100% rejection, the demon would come out then. But you all fought for him. You could have just given up, but you didn't. I know it is difficult, but some things that are worth it are difficult. But I'm not saying this though. There is a point that it is all lost. We're not there yet. But Donte, I fear when you leave the bubble, the test of whether the demon consumes him or his doll frees him will come sooner than later when you're outside the bubble. And at that point, you two will have to make a decision. Cut loose someone that will become a demon, or kill the person that will become a demon, or wait for him to become a demon and then kill him. I trust that you two will make the right choice no matter how hard.
Well, we appreciate your wisdom as always.
It's like I will end this on this. To have you know that I myself once was stuck on a dark path, and I was redeemed myself. I could have had those that had slain me and rejected me, but I had those that cared for me of what I could be. And I'm here now trying to fix what was broken by me trusting you to do something amazing. Succeed or fail, the fact is that you all still are doing what you're doing. An imperfect group trying to go and create an imperfect world that is flawed. And that is a wonderful thing, instead of making a world that is considered perfect but without freedom. Donte, in the morning I wish for you to come and we will continue your lessons on plantar travel.
As always.
So we're very close. Chloe, I trust that our conversation here will stay between the three of us. But in the end, it will be you all that will decide when to either accept and be patient or reject and destroy.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? I got a few scrolls to finish up that or continue to work that I'd like to make sure to give you all before you leave.
No, that was just our biggest concern.
Okay. Donte, do you have the compass still that I gave you?
Yes.
So good. I wish I could go with you. I miss adventuring. I miss being with comrades, good or bad, disagree or not. When you don't have it, you don't know what you have until it's not there. But I will.
We'll do you proud.
Thank you for your time, sir.
You're welcome. And he opens his book and pulls this parchment out and he starts writing. You all leave the room.
Yes.
Do you all go back to your rooms?
I think I do, because he just gave a whole lot of information that I have to
And
let sit for a while.
No.
Donte, when he walks out the door, he shuts the door, even though it was open.
Okay.
He shuts it. And he punches the wall with his fist.
Emotion.
I, too, feel that way. But the last time I punched something, it caused a whole uproar. So,
And I look at Chloe and say, it's not that I don't feel sorry for the guy, but I feel like this is going to be a doomed expedition because of that.
and you might be right.
We have too much riding to be worried about a comrade, someone that's supposed to be helping us. This guy's not going to help us. But the headmaster is wise. We will continue to do what we can do.
Donte, may I ask you a question?
Absolutely. Please. Help me clarify this. I'm at wits with myself. With him.
What would you do if it were me possessed by a demon instead of Dawn? Would you walk away from me?
You're still not...
No, I get it. But would you walk away from me?
It's not that I don't want to help the guy,
I know you want to.
but we're on a time schedule here.
Yes, we are.
You go outside that bubble and get hit with stuff that's more powerful than us, while we have to deal with him becoming a demon. Don't you feel like that's a problem?
It is a problem.
It's going to be our downfall. That's going to be a downfall. We got too much.
Or maybe this will pull us together even more and be our strength.
How?
Because
How do we look together?
I'd forgotten for a split second that families don't turn their backs on each other. And I was going to I was going to walk away. I was going to give up on Dawn. But isn't that kind of what we are? We're a family. And it's going to take every member of this family, even the weakest one, because we're still family.
In the Drow Kingdom, we don't take weak soldiers to battle.
That is true.
But you're not in the Drow Kingdom anymore.
That's
You're with
how I
us.
was raised.
Absolutely. Would you turn your back on me?
If you were going to compromise my group, yes. I'm sorry, Chloe. I need this group to be efficient and strong.
And you said we needed the full group.
Right. And we don't have a full group with the way he's acting. Do you agree with that?
I do, but the headmaster said that if we can get through to his doll,
While we're
maybe
trying
we
to-
can get through to him.
Well, let's just hope the headmaster is right. And him being in our group does not doom us.
I will hope the same.
Chloe, I bid you a good day. I'm gonna go walk.
I will see you soon. And
They just turn the walks.
And then you head back to your...
I go back to my room.
All right, what's on your door, Chloe? Did it change?
Some of the circles are fully formed.
But not all.
Not all.
Okay. Donte, did you go anywhere in particular, or are you just trying to get your mind around this?
Well, I wouldn't know where to go.
Just gonna just wander.
Yeah, it'll be more just wandering. Probably would end up back at the training center just to start training, but it's going to be a failed training because his mind is wobbled.
Yeah. So, and that's understandable because this is new to Donte to think that he has to rely on some or accept someone that is broken and weak.
Right.
And literally a child.
Right.
He like it's dealing with someone that's doing a tantrum and is broken and hidden inside themselves.
Well, like I said, in the drought, that dude would be left behind.
He'd been left behind or even killed a long time ago.
Right. So the mere mentioning of taking him with us and can't help him till we get outside. It's just mind-boggling to him.
But you can keep it from getting worse. So,
we'll see.
At least I hope it doesn't get worse. Because if it does get worse, that means the demon is consuming him even more.
Right.
So,
don't think for a second Donte ain't gonna put a knife in his heart.
if he goes full blown demon mode.
Right, because there's more important things that are at stake here than him. There's more at stake. See, it's not that he didn't want to make Chloe mad, but even Donte would even say that if he was disrupting the group to kill him, Donte doesn't want the group to fail, or whoever it is.
You're oriented on what to do. So then, like Dante's mind even goes to a dark place. If Donte would have something to him, like someone would need to put him down.
Right. That's why he strives to be strong and better every day.
Yes. So, but the last thing before I end is I would say that Donte would probably circle back the idea that there are things out there that are cursed. Mm-hmm. That's a scary thing. He basically let you know that there are cursed things out there that could affect you all or hurt you all. So that is a lesson that Donte has learned. And additionally too that they're...
And that makes him even more aware of the broken group. Because his Don represents a chink, a weak chink in our armor.
Yep. Especially if no one wants to work with him and he doesn't want to work with you. So.
Well, after this conversation, it's not that we want to work with him. We would now want to work with him more. It's just that we've got this loom that he won't have anything to do with us. So how can you help somebody that won't have anything to do with you? You know?
No. Well, and that is a good question. How do you help someone that's there?
That refuse to help.
Yeah, that they're there, but you don't know if they're going to help or not. And that's what we will end the session on.
All right.
So, and hopefully the next session we'll find out if Don has been affected by this doll, this Quackerjack doll, in a positive or negative light, and maybe some of our people can get close to his doll, his true doll. We'll find out.
See, I didn't know nothing about that.
Well, we will find out soon because Donte didn't notice. Donte didn't notice because his doll came out of his pocket and climbed onto the other doll and gave it hugs. But a lot of people didn't notice. So, and the doll has been coming out.
Every once in a while.
And Chloe may remember this, but it came out at the altar that you all got mad too.
Yes, it did.
It came out and got on the altar and said, "I miss you, Quackerjack." The doll has been coming out. But there's always so much stuff that's happening. It's easily missed.
Yeah.
So now you all have something to look for. They'll be like, the second that dog comes out, maybe I can talk to it. We'll find out if anyone can talk to it next time that Dawn is around.